everyone, today I'm actually going to do a video I was not expecting it to do until I saw the palette yesterday. ABH released a picture of their new Norvina palette, and the palette is really pretty. I have not bought anything from ABH ever, nothing really like called to me. And all their palettes have carmine in it, which is, if you don't know, crushed beetles. I do own makeup with carmine in it. I'm trying not to buy stuff with carmine in it, so if it does have carmine, that will sway my decision slightly. But I do really like the palette. It looks really beautiful. But I searched through my collection and I came up with some singles and some shadows from palettes that I thought kind of fit the same theme, and maybe not exact dupes because we've only seen her swatches and a PR photo, which isn't the best photo, which I will put up. Let me move myself over here. I'll put up right here once I have it open with the palette. I'm going to go over some shadows that are similar, and I'm also going to go over mixed shadows that could work. I don't have an extensive collection. Someone has more could probably do better at this, but I have what I like. I do want more purples in my collections. I love purples. I have green eyes, so they complement my green eyes. But anyway, I used my palette to create this look today. And I posted the palette on Instagram last night when I heard about it, but I couldn't film the video last night because obviously no light, it would look horrible. So yes, I'm going to go on to my palette so we can see the comparisons, and I'll show you swatches versus the actual swatches. So I have this, and I'll tell you the names when I do the swatches. I put these two together and it makes a similar color to, you'll see, to the one on that one. So yes, it's very pretty. I love this kind of color scheme. I do already use this kind of color scheme, so it's not something new to me. And I'll show you guys what I prefer in that palette and what I am missing from my collection and would like to pick up, but I don't feel like I need the whole palette. I have not yet tried ABH's formula, so I'm curious about their formula, but I haven't tried it yet. Excuse the fact that the lighting on this side is bad. That's where my patio is and the light does not come in. So the first shade in hers is Dreamer, and I have this shadow from AOA in the color P1. Okay, get a little bit closer. So this is the swatches from her, so I'm going to leave them up here. And from what I can tell, it's a very light pinky champagne color. So that's what I went with. Okay. Next is Summer, which looks like a bronzy gold. This is the closest I have, which is the Shop Miss A, H2A, and P5. And by looking at it, hers is a little bit deeper and has more of a bronze, but I didn't have anything as close. That's the closest that I have personally. What I have is ColourPop on the Fence, which isn't super pigmented, but it's a similar color. I'm going to use this on my, under my eyes towards the inner corner. So again, not exactly the same. I don't really have anything exactly like. Then is the color Rose Gold, and what I put in my palette, because it's my single, is High Strung. But I'm going to show you another example too. And the color is Rose Gold in the palette. This is a little more bronzy, I think. It's still Rose Gold, but I'm also going to swatch Solstice. Solstice from the Festival palette. I think Solstice might be a little bit closer. That's what I got so far. So that's High Strung and that's Solstice. Solstice is probably closer to Rose Gold, but it's not a single, so that's why I chose High Strung. And I love those rose gold colors, but again, I have a bunch of different variations of it. It may not be the exact one, but I don't necessarily need it. Next color is Celestial, and I have two colors that are close. So I'm going to do, this is ColourPop Sky Dancer from the My Little Pony palette. I wrote the names on the back, that's how I know. And I also have a Wicked from the Festival palette. I'm going to tell you, from looking at the picture, Celestial looks more shimmery, so it's not 100% similar. I would love a shade like that, but I don't think I'd buy the whole palette for it. This one has a huge dent in it already. I love this color. This is the My Little Pony one. And then the BH Cosmetics is a little bit cooler tone. So those are my two options for that. Purple, again, like I said, not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. And then we have a Dazzling, which looks like another bronzy pink shade. And for that I have L14 from A2O. That's what I wanted. And that looks very close to Dazzling. For the color Drama, I have Urban Decay Last Call, which is nowhere near as deep. So what I did is I combined, I'll show you the two swatches, but I combined this shade here with this shade here with Last Call, and it looks fairly similar, but I'll show you them separate as well. So this is Last Call. Again, not quite as deep. This is the one from the NYX palette, which is much deeper. It's like a purple. But it doesn't have that shimmer that that color has. But if you combine, I'm going to put this on top of this so you guys can see. If you combine them, you get a deeper purple shade. So now that's them combined. And that looks really close. The shimmer isn't quite the same. I don't know if they wet it or if they're using a certain primer. This is not primed or wet or anything. This is just, these are just all regular swatches. So that's it so far. So that is the top row. So here's the top row here, top row here. But yes, that's my interpretation of the top row. So we're going to start on the second row of the palette. That's going to be all the mattes, and this is my version. You guys can see the second row. So we're going to go from here. This is what the swatches look like, so I'll show you guys the swatches. The first shade is called Base, just a base setting shade. It's fairly common in most palettes. Wet n Wild makes a really good one called Brulee. It's 99 cents. This one's from Shop Miss A, and this one's from Shop Miss A. And this is in the color M8 shade. It does not really show up on me. It is just to even out the tone on your eyelid once you set your base. It does to set down your base. You can use the loose powder too. It doesn't really make a difference. Really up to you what you want to use. Next color is Soul, and this is the unique one to me. I don't have anything 100% like this. It looks more like a cool toned mid less saturated purple, which is a lot like Silver Lining, which I'm going to show you from ColourPop, but it looks a tiny bit deeper than Silver Lining and a little more blue. So it's described as a periwinkle. I don't know if I would describe it as that. It really It really would depend. Based on these swatches, I wouldn't think it's a periwinkle, but if you look at it on deeper skin tones, it looks more blue. So I guess it depends on your skin tone or like what other eyeshadows are with it. But anyway, this is the closest I have, which is Silver Lawn. This color P9, which is like a blue based purple. It has a little bit of shimmer, but it doesn't show up very well in the swatch. So and this color is very powdery, but I use it in the crease and it works fine. If you hear a little bit of snoring, my dog's snoring on the floor next to me. But see, that's a little more warm tone than the color Soul, but it is very pretty and it can create the same looks. So now I'm going to do the P9 and then put that one over. So you can see P9 is a deeper purple with more of a blue tone. So again, that's still a little bit darker than the palette. So I don't have anything like that. I don't necessarily need anything like that. Once this is blended out in the lid, I don't think it makes much of a difference, but it's completely up to you. Next one is a neutral brown. I wouldn't say it's either cool or warm. They have Eccentric in there, which is a warmer tone brown. This is the closest I have there. This is a very basic shade. This is the color M5. It's like a camel color, really, but it's not as warm. A cool tone color. The dupe for Incense. Next, we're gonna go into Love, which is it's a pink, like a salmony pink. Not very cool tone, but this is M21. Yeah, that's very similar to the one in the palette. Can create similar looks. It's a great crease shade. Then we have a deeper brown. Again, these all seem pretty warm tone to me, or neutral, not really cool tone. This is an M2. It's a basic dark brown, nothing really special about it. Good for deepening out the outer corner. I would have loved to see like a deeper cool toned plum, because they have a warmer tone plum in here. Not a cool tone. They have like a warm tone purple, not a cool tone, and matte. Except that lighter shade. And that's the brown, which is the dupe, which is my dupe color for Volatile. I don't think I said that right, but we'll go with that. Then we have Eccentric, which is a warm tone brown leaning towards orange. And I have M14. Very similar. You can get the same kind of looks with it. And then the last shade is Passion. The closest thing I have, this might still be a little more purple, is from my Pretty Much palette from ColourPop. I don't remember the name of this one, but that's where it's from. I just popped it right out of the palette. Again, it's powdery. A lot of ColourPop's mattes are powdery, but I don't have any issues blending them, so they don't blend away or do anything funky. So that is my dupes for the second row, all the mattes. You guys will see the picture up here. Honestly, this isn't something I personally need in my collection. I do like the color scheme of this palette. There are 2 of the 3 colors that I really would like to add to my collection. But if this has no carmine in it, I will probably buy it, because I've never tried any ABH palettes, because again, they all have carmine in them. So So the colors I'm most interested in are, you'll see it, I'll put the picture up here so you guys can see them. Wild Child, Celestial, and Soul. Maybe Passion and Drama, but 3 colors out of the whole palette I really like. I love the way those shimmers look, but it could be a spray. I wet my shimmer shades, so it's pretty much the same thing, but I didn't do them for the swatches. So anyway, before you go look in your own collection, recently I've been looking at my collection and realizing there's no way I'm going to use up all this eyeshadow before it expires, which sucks because I've had palettes expire on me that I paid a decent amount of money for and really liked and used, and they still ended up expiring before I finished them. So anyway, yes. So I don't believe I'm going to add this to my collection because it has purples in it. So most likely she's not changing her formula at all. It's going to have carmine in it. So I'm not going to be picking it up. But I'm very curious about seeing the reviews, and I will be on the lookout for more single purple shadows. I really like ColourPop singles, and I really like Shop Miss A singles. It's on my list of things I want in Snuffs though, which is the only thing on my list. I add something on there and literally it's usually gone in 2 days because I decide I don't need it. Like with the Flamingo palette, I had that on there. I wanted that palette. I've seen videos with it. I'm just like, I have something so similar. I really don't need it. And I've done that video of the dupes of that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I hope to edit it and get up to date. See what you already own, so you're not going to be wasting money on another palette. A lot of people just buy it because of the name. I am not the creator of this type of video. I've seen many YouTubers do this type of video. I enjoy this. I watch a lot of videos like this. The one most recently was from Kelly Gooch, and I credited her in the other one because she did do palette dupes on those exact palettes. But I've seen a whole bunch of people do videos like this, so I'm not taking credit for creating the idea. I think I'm going to title it Dupe That, just because it's catchy and something. I don't know if someone else has already used that name. They could have. I'm not trying to steal anyone's name for their idea. So if you say, oh, you're the one who made up this name, that's fine. I'll take down the name, but I'm just going to call it Dupe That. It's very easy to say, easy to do, easy to just makes it easy. So anyway, that's it. See you guys later.